In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to get all Raygun Mark II variants in Black Ops 6 Shattered Veil. To get any variant, you need any empty canister. I'm going to show you all three. First one I'm going to show you is the one you get from the blue crystal. You need to shoot the blue crystals with the Raygun Mark II with either the base or a variant. There's 4 blue crystals. First crystal is near spawn in the conservatory. Second crystal is in the east foyer near stamina in the room with the staircase, and it'll be on the ceiling. Third crystal is in the southwest balcony, and it'll be on the wall here. Fourth crystal is in the service tunnel at the very back on the ceiling here. To get the second canister, you will need a tomahawk, which you can get from spawn, nursery, and pack-a-punch. For a more in-depth guide, I'll link my video in the description. Once you have it, head to the mainframe chamber, and next to the crafting station, identify what letter you have, either A or B. Now head to the service tunnel, and outside the map, you need to throw a tomahawk at this valve. Once done, it'll start steaming. Now depending on the letter you got, throw your tomahawk at that valve that's labeled with your letter. If you accidentally hit the wrong valve, just hit it again to close it. Once done, you'll get a quote. Now head back to the letter in the chamber, and you need to blow up this capsule. Using a Semtex is fine, by the way. You don't need an LT cas. Third canister, you do need an LT cas, which you can find in the service tunnel. Once you have it, head to the rear patio, and under double tap is a zombie barrier with a canister inside. You need to throw the LT cas in front of the window, because hitting it on the sides won't pull it, as you can see by my unfortunate throws. Once thrown correctly, it'll be pulled into the LT cas, and after it's done, the canister will pop out. By the way, the Wraith Fire variant is the best. Okay, now we're gonna start with the Toxic variant, or also known as the R variant. First, you need to open these spores with an explosive or using the Raygun Mark II variant to get a seed, which you'll need a total of 4. You know if you got a seed if the spore screams before exploding like this. Do know that you can do this step at any point of your game. First spore is in spawn below the bridge in this corner. Second spore is on the other side of the bridge in this corner. Third spore is past spawn in the conservatory near quick revive next to this lantern. Fourth spore is in the Shem's hedge on top of this ledge here. Fifth spore is in the motor court next to the shed and crafting station. Sixth spore is still in the motor court on the left of the mansion's entrance here. Seventh spore is in the southwest balcony past PhD flopper on top of this crate. Eighth spore is in the west balcony next to the tree here. Ninth spore is in the rear patio down the staircase in this corner. Once you have 4 seeds, head to the conservatory and place an empty canister in this machine. Now around the conservatory will be these seedling trays that you need to plant a seed that'll start a defend mission. You need to protect the seed until it grows to this size. A quick tip here is to leave one zombie and start to defend, and only kill the purple-eyed zombies to not end the round. Once it grows, move on to the next tray. First tray is in front of the machine with the canister inserted. Second tray is on the opposite of this wall here. Third tray is outside on the wooden porch. Fourth tray is adjacent to the third tray here. Once you are done with all seeds, head back to the canister and pick it up. Now take it to spawn at the very back and insert the canister into the workbench. Now hold your interact button on it to craft your Toxic variant. Also do note you can change variants anytime you want for free whenever you want, but you can't change it back to the base variant. This variant is kind of like a sniper and will sometimes leave a toxic puddle that damages anything that touches it besides you. Next variant I'll show you is the Peak variant, or also known as the P variant. To start this variant, you need to break open these white boxes to get a bomb. There's too many locations and I don't know them all, so I'll show you some where I found. Do note that you can do this step at any point of your game, just like the seeds. First box is in spawn in the lower terrace here. Second box is still in spawn right next to the portal. Third box is in the upper terrace next to this crate. Fourth box is in the motor court on the left of the ammo cache here. Fifth box can be found in front of the shed near the sword that I showed earlier. Sixth box can be found in the overlook upstairs on the right side in this corner. Seventh box is in the study behind this table here. Eighth box is in the east balcony to the right of elemental pop on the floor here. Ninth box is at the southwest balcony behind PhD flopper on the floor here. 10th box is in the mainframe chamber on the right of the entrance to the service tunnel. 11th box is in the service tunnel to the right behind the railing. 12th box is still in the service tunnel to the left of the rubble here. 13th box is also still in the service tunnel at the very back on the floor here. 14th box is in the Shem's hedge behind this big rock near the entrance. 15th box is in the conservatory downstairs next to the statue here. 16th box is in the grand foyer on the right after going through the entrance. 17th box is in the overlook upstairs, and it'll be right above Juggernaut on the floor here. 18th box is in the east foyer near Stamina in this corner here. 19th box is in the library in front of these bookshelves here. 20th box is in the southwest balcony right next to this tree. 21st box is in the west hallways right next to the server rack. 22nd box is inside the armory on the left here. That's all I know, so if you know more locations, let me know down in the comments. Once you have the essence bombs, you now need the reflectors, which you can also grab at any point in your game. First reflector is in the conservatory near quick revive here. Second reflector is in the southwest balcony right behind PhD flopper. Now head to the service tunnels, and on this rubble place the bomb. Once exploded, head inside and you'll find a ritual room. At the back right, insert the empty canister into the machine. The crystal will now shoot out a laser. Place your reflector onto here to reflect the laser. Now if you follow the end of the laser, you need to place your second reflector there. Now melee the reflector 3 times to move it, and then go back to the crystal and melee it. It'll turn the doppelganger statue into a real one that you have to kill. Once dead, pick up the second reflector and head into this hole to go upstairs and place your reflector here. Before you jump down, melee it once to move it. Now jump down to the first reflector and melee it 1 time, then melee the crystal to spawn in another doppelganger. Once you kill that one, melee the first reflector 1 time, then melee the crystal to spawn in the last doppelgas. This time this one is an elite, so it'll be tougher to take down. One step, go pick up your canister and head to the director's headquarters and insert your canister into the workbench. Now hold your interact button on it to get your pink variant. This variant is like a shotgun, just like the Raygun Mark IIZ from Black Ops 4. It'll also sometimes spawn in a purple symbol on the floor, which if you step in will boost you. Not sure what it does, but someone in the comments probably knows. Most likely damage buff. Anyway, next variant is the Wraith Fire, or also known as the W variant. Head to Shem's Hedge and in the front of the speed cola, insert an empty canister into this machine. It'll now spawn in a certain amount of abominations depending on the player count. You now need the abomination to laser 3 tiny rocks around the area. Once any rock has been lasered, it now needs to be hit by the abomination's charging attack. Once all rocks have been lasered and hit, it'll start a defend mission. I recommend having one zombie as it'll be tough with zombies spawning in. Vermins will now spawn in trying to go into the portal in the middle. Kill all the vermins before it reaches it. Once done, you can now pick up the canister and head towards supply depot past the service tunnel and insert the canister into the workbench. Now hold your interact button on it to get your Wraith Fire variant. This variant is like an automatic machine gun, just like the Raygun Mark II X variant from Black Ops 4. Also, sometimes it'll spawn in a Wraith Fire effect on the ground, damaging anything that touches it. And those are how you get all Raygun Mark II variants in Black Ops 6 Shattered Veil.